What? Everyone turned to look. Sure enough, they found her just as Lily said. Sheila, whose condition seemed to have improved a while ago, now looked much paler than before, and more frost had formed on her brows and hair. From the way things looked, not only had her condition not improved, it even worsened. Dr. Shane, whatever is going on? Caden's brows knitted together tightly, his expression stern. This is most peculiar. Technically speaking, she should be fine after the coldness has been expelled. Malcolm found Sheila's condition very strange. She had been fine just a while ago. How did her condition worsen in just the blink of an eye? What do we do now, Dr. Shane? Caden questioned persistently. Don't be anxious. Let me give it another try. Malcolm didn't give up just yet. He used the same technique to rid Sheila of the coldness within her. But the results were the same. In just under 3 minutes, Sheila's condition went back to square one. It was as though the coldness within her was never ending. It was truly bizarre. What's going on? Malcolm was baffled. It was then that he finally realized the severity of the situation at hand. Dr. Shane, it is true that you have amazing needling skills to get rid of the cold, but what you did was just a temporary solution. It will not eradicate the root cause of the issue, Dustin spoke up. However, that elicited some dissatisfaction from the onlookers. That's nonsense. Who are you to doubt Dr. Shane's skills? Xavier shot him a murderous glare. Exactly. You're just a rascal who's still wet behind the ears. How dare you speak out of turn so shamelessly? The crowd was outraged. Dr. Shane was considered a legendary figure in the medical field. They would not tolerate a random kid criticizing him freely. If you do not trust me, then go ahead and try as many times as you wish. With that, Dustin held his tongue and said no more. Oh no! Sheila's pulse has disappeared. Lily cried out suddenly. The crowd turned to look and noticed that she was in very bad shape. Dr. Shane! Quick! Save my daughter. Caden lost his cool and urged Dr. Shane forward. Malcolm dared not waste another second and immediately applied more needles to Sheila's pressure points to rid her of the coldness and steady her pulse. However, the results were not satisfactory, to say the least. The polar frost seemed to always come back no matter what he did, and Dr. Shane was finally rendered helpless. In all the years he had practiced medicine, he had never seen such a peculiar condition. I'm truly sorry, but I am afraid I won't be able to help with this condition. After a bout of effort to save Sheila, Malcolm could only shake his head in resignation. What? You can't help? Everyone was bewildered when they heard that. Nobody had expected him to say such a thing. If such a legendary figure could not help her, then who could? Please, Dr. Shane, think of something. You must save my daughter. Right. I have a gozera berry. Will that help? Caden panicked. Gozera berry? Malcolm's eyes lit up but quickly dimmed again. No doubt the gozera berry is a precious herb with properties to expel coldness and improve circulation, but with how things stand right now, it wouldn't be of much help anymore. The coldness within Sheila seemed unending, and simply expelling it didn't seem to do the trick. Then what should we do? Is there really no hope for my daughter? Lily was almost in tears. If even Dr. Shane can't help them, is there anyone in this world who could? All of a sudden, she caught sight of Dustin. In that instant, she seemed to have found a lifeline. Buddy, didn't you say that you were able to cure Sheila? Please, I beg of you, save my daughter. Mrs. Murray, it's not that I don't want to save her, it's just that some of you do not seem to want me to help. Dustin said helplessly. Young man, it was a mistake on my part earlier on. If you can save my daughter, the entire Murray household would be eternally grateful to you. Caden's expression was a mix of emotions. He was not one to easily yield or admit his mistakes, but for the sake of his daughter, he saw no other choice. His final hope lay with Dustin. Uncle Caden, you don't really believe this rascal, do you? Even Dr. Shane can't cure her, how is it possible that this scoundrel can? Don't be fooled by him. Xavier lost his composure. Well, if I can't cure her, do you think you can? Dustin gestured for Xavier to go ahead. You! Xavier had no words to refute. He was adept at fighting, but he knew next to nothing about saving and rescuing others. Buddy, please try your best to save her. No matter what the outcome is, we can take it. Lily looked at him with resoluteness, her mind made up and ready to face any consequences. I can help her, but when I'm done, I hope Mr. Murray will deliver on his end of the promise. Dustin approached Sheila, who was still unconscious on her bed, and helped her sit up. With just one hand, he applied needles at 13 different pressure points on Sheila's body. His technique was extraordinary. When the 13 needles began to rotate on the spot in the pressure points, he gave Sheila a strong smack on the back. Sheila wavered, her head jerked upwards, and she spat several white crystals, which landed on the ground with a resounding thunk. The crystals were a murky white color and gave off a bone-chilling mist. The coldness has crystallized? Malcolm's expression was one of disbelief. No wonder his acupuncture served no purpose. It turns out that the coldness that Sheila's body had been absorbing over the years had crystallized. Those crystals were like a source of evil that emitted an endless stream of coldness. And that was the reason he wasn't able to remove the source of Sheila's condition. Just as the crowd stared on with uncertainty and suspicion, Dustin produced a bamboo cylinder and poured out of it a small, red beetle. "Hey! What's that?" Lily was shocked and immediately stopped his actions. "This is a fiery beetle. It's a type of venomous insect that feeds on coldness and produces warmth. Once it enters Sheila's body, it can regulate and balance out her energy," Dustin explained. "A venomous insect?" Everyone's expression changed. To them, venomous insects were considered evil and dangerous. "You're going to put this insect into Sheila's body?" Lily felt her skin crawl. "Don't be alarmed. As I've said before, the mystic arts can be used to heal too. This is the perfect example." As Dustin spoke, he proceeded to put the fiery beetle into Sheila's mouth. Everyone looked at each other, and for a moment, they were at a loss. Malcolm, however, had a thoughtful expression. He had heard of using the mystic arts to heal diseases, but he had never seen anyone actually perform it. Could it be possible that this rascal was really able to work miracles?